Now guys, let's have a look at the gold market. Here we have some surprises. Forex Peace Army, Sive Morten here. So yesterday we said that probably there should be some reaction on targets that have been achieved on the gold, and we even have identified the bearish head and shoulders pattern. On top it looks rather accurate, very clear, but here the object where a lot of tricks and surprises are coming. So on a daily chart, we do not see anything curious. So we see that trend has turned bullish. Market has shown this pullback. Actually, yesterday, yes, it was some pressure due to news streams on another spiral of escalation, which is actually market already is coming in habit to this. So when the situation is changing day by day. So on the 4 time frame chart, the most important thing. So you could see that here we said, take a look, market has reached the neckline. See what will happen. For a long entry, that might be the great opportunity to take the position. This retracement 30%. We have thrusting action, kind of the bread and butter trade. And indeed, right on this point, we've got the bullish reversal bar. So you can see that here's market jumped up. This was also neckline on the head and shoulders that we discussed. As you know, one of my preferable trading opportunities, it's always the neckline on the head and shoulders. Because just by probability, in the most cases, market shows the pullback forming the right arm. Sometimes it hasn't happened, sometimes, but in most cases, and that give you double positioning. So first you're positioned for a pullback here, but simultaneously you already has the position for a possible failure of the hand shoulders. That gives you some advantage. And this without any risk, because when the market forms the right arm, you already have the break-even stop. Now, if you take a look at this performance, it's not quite clear on a retail broker chart, but if you take a look at the Chicago Mercantile Exchange futures, you will see, and here we've got the bullish grabber. And here's might be another one. It suggests that hand shoulders has to fail. It's not quite in a row with the overall performance of other markets. So on the euro currency, for example, we have bearish context. On a dollar index, we have bullish performance, forming lots of grabbers. It's suggesting upward continuation. But today we still expect some pullback. So on euro currency we expect some upward action. On dollar we expect some retracement just because of the overall technical picture. Which means that here, maybe on the payrolls, or maybe some other reasons, gold also could show some upward continuation. So in the current circumstances, I would consider 2 possible scenarios of the aggressive trading and conservative trading. If you have the conservative view, you do not want to take a lot of risk, do not take the short position with this head and shoulders pattern. Just skip it, because we have bullish grabber on the 4 time frame chart. It suggests that market should reach this area. Another reason why this could happen, just recall the double bottom. I said your initial stop has to be better above this area if you would like to take the short position, because it might be, you can see, if you are not actually dealing with the hand shoulders particular. So because this is minimum target of the double bottom and it stands above the current level. So theoretically we also consider kind of the hand shoulders, you can see here. So it might be symmetry. We talked about the symmetry yesterday. Retracement already has happened. So I wouldn't be surprised if we'll get something like this, even in the shape of the, I don't know, it might be on the ruins of the hand shoulders, as you know, butterfly patterns appears most of all. So it might be easily this one, this type of action. For the aggressive trading opportunities on the hourly chart, have a look. We still have 2 grabbers, and also they stand on the futures as well. So this is a bit contradictory patterns. So you can see they are forming. Also, here we have a kind of the 3 tops in the same area, which suggests that it's probably some bearish activity stands around it. So if you take a look at the 5-minute chart, you could see what is happening here. So market actually is knocking in the same resistance level for the 3rd time, and from that standpoint of view, theoretically it could work, but this is, well, very tricky thing, some pain of gain situation. The only advantage is that you could place very tight stops just above this area. So if market just moves slightly higher, it means that our bullish context is still valid and markets keep going higher. I think that will happen. But I just share with you with the other possibilities because sometimes unpredictable things might happen. And actually, since here we are talking about very small potential stop, cash risk will be minimal. That is up to you whether you would like to take this or not. At some points, might be some will happen. Market will just drop here, supporting the hand shoulders. Because overall technical performance that we see here, the way how market performs, it is not bearish performance. So here with this sharp acceleration forming a bullish reversal bar, the grabbers, bullish grabber stands in place. This is not bearish. So from that standpoint, your decision about this entry and these patterns is up to you. But this trade is also exists. It carries higher risk, but at the same time, it gives you opportunity to take position very, very small cash risk. So in fact, it will be just very small potential risk. Here's the risk stands mostly not in amount of the loss that probably could follow, but about probability of the realizing of this pattern. It is relatively low, I suppose. But as I said, nothing impossible exists. So it's also current situation might be considered. So that in 2 words, what we have currently on gold market. So if you haven't taken position here, and if you will see that signs of the failure of the hand shoulders, how it could be either straightforward upward continuation, or for example, market will start downward action but suddenly stop, not reaching the neckline, start turning up. That might be another chance to take the long position. That will just confirm what we talked about on the 4-day frame chart. So this might be failure and the butterfly on the back of the hand shoulders, of the failed hand shoulders. That in 2 words what we have on the gold. Let's keep watching what will happen. Keep an eye on the payrolls report. Let's bring a lot of volatility on the market. And see you next time.